Questions asked, number 74. How do I recapture lost work with a BPO company? For you guys that are visiting us here on Facebook, go ahead and like the page. If you're visiting on YouTube, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, okay? Let us know that you're here. For those of you who are new to the platform and are new to real estate or Broker Price Opinions, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment area. And if you are watching on replay, guys, go ahead and hashtag replay. How do I recapture lost work with a BPO company? How do I recapture lost work with a BPO company? So for those of you who don't know me, I am Angela Cooper. I am a business coach. I help real estate agents increase their income while waiting on buyers and sellers to close and or while trying to grow their pipeline. I do that several different ways. This particular platform is called Broker Price Opinions. So we're learning how to increase our income with Broker Price Opinions. So the question at the top of the key tonight, guys, how do I recapture lost work with a BPO company? So one particular incident that I know, one of the new guys in the group said that he wished he had taken BPO Mastery before he started doing all of this work with the BPO companies, because he got a lot of work with the companies and really didn't know what he was doing thoroughly. And probably, if it's my guess, if I had to guess, because you know I've been doing this for over 17 years, I would say that he probably ended up with a bad score, and that's probably why they stopped sending him broker price opinion work. So when you start taking work for these companies, you want to make sure that you keep your score up to like 95 to 100%, okay? If at all possible. You do not want to drop below a 95, because that way the computer rotates to the person with the highest score first, okay? So if you're in zip code 77074 and I'm in zip code 77074, neither of us are preferred vendors, okay? Whichever one of us have the highest score, that's who's going to get the offer first. However, even though I may get the offer first, it's sent out to 10 or 12 other different people. So you get that quickness. You have to have something that's going to notify you quickly that you have that work. Now, if you're a BPO Mastery student, you already know how to set your phone up properly, your computer, your emails up properly, so that you can get that first pick of the litter. That's what I say. So you can get the first dibs on what's coming out first. But you got to make sure that you keep your score up. So you may have started doing some work for a BPO company, not really knowing what you're doing. I know a lot of people that come into the group, their issue is that they're calling in for an extension. Every time you call in for an extension because you can't complete the work timely, that's knocking your score down. Okay, so you want to learn how to do your broker price opinions in 1 hour or less, okay? First of all, they're going to give you 24 to 48 to 72 hours to complete the BPO. If it's a rush order, they're only going to give you 24 hours. Sometimes they may even ask you for the same day, okay? What is the greatest challenge of completing BPOs? Probably, Dr. Yola, the greatest challenge is staying organized and getting it done timely. And when I say timely, you have 48 hours to complete your BPO, okay? It's no reason you cannot get that BPO done in 48 hours. Really, you should have it done. If you stay focused, you should have that BPO done in 1 hour. And if you're not on a system, okay? We're on a system on BPO Mastery. It's a systematic way of doing things. If you're not on a system, you could be 2 or 3 hours doing your BPO. In any case, you have 48. So I think the biggest challenge is knowing where to find the information and turning the BPO around timely. That's a lot of reasons why a lot of people don't turn their BPOs around timely, is because they don't know how to find or where to find the information, okay? But if you have that problem where you feel like you've lost a lot of work with a BPO company, stop giving you work because you didn't know what you was doing in the beginning or whatever, and you messed up a whole bunch of stuff. Just like one of my students said, you just have to email support and say, hey, listen, I did some BPOs for you 3 or 4 months ago, and I really wasn't sure what I was doing. I now have a certificate of training, okay? You have your BPO Mastery certificate of training. When you guys finish your mastery course, make sure you print out the certificate of training. That is a complete training system that you get to show them. Now I have a completion, a training. I took the training on how to do BPOs. Now I know better what I'm doing. So can you please put me back in rotation? Okay, that's their lingo. You simply say, can you put me back in rotation? Because they have obviously taken you out of rotation if you're not getting work. That's what's going on, okay? All right, you just have to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get fed, right? All right, so the next question I had this week was, actually I had it twice. It was a little different, but it means the same thing. Okay, so the report is asking for how many garage spaces, okay? But my subject just says on the MLS, 2 parking spaces. Does that mean, 2 car garage, or does that mean just 2 parking spaces, okay? So know your subject. When you go out there, if you don't see a garage in the front that's attached to the house, make sure you drive to the side of the street that the garage could be facing, and or make sure that the garage is not detached. It doesn't matter if it's attached or detached. There's 2 spaces on your form for a garage. One is going to say, is it a garage, carport, or parking space, right? And then the next one up under it is going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. That just means, is it 1 space, 2 spaces, 3, 4? How many car garage is it? Or how many carports is it? Because in my community, one of the communities near me, they have, brand new houses that have maybe like a 3-car garage, but it has a 3 or 4 car porta cachet, okay? So you have to list both of those, because the porta cachet is giving that property extra value. So if you see where your comps, also as for your comps as well, it should say in the MLS whether that is a garage, 2-car garage, or 2-car carport, 2-car porta cachet. How about just 2-car parking spaces? Some houses have park on the street, okay? So if it's park on the street, then in the box where it say garage, you have to put none. There's a word there that literally says none, okay? You put none, but you can also drop down below it and put 2 for parking spaces, okay? So it depends on exactly how the form is set up in that particular BPO company, because all forms are not alike, okay? Just because Clear Capital lists theirs this way doesn't mean when you get to Zone, it's going to be the same exact form, or Review, or whichever company you're working for. That may be entirely 2 different setups of the form, okay? And also, you can be in, just say, asset val, and they might have 10 different types of forms. The garage space is not going to be in the same spot, okay, in a B28 as a 130 form, okay, or 136, whatever. You just have to know and learn your forms, okay? So that's really how you explain the parking spaces. It could be parking spaces with a none for the garage, or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here was another question. My subject only has 1 car garage, but I can't find any comps that just have 1 car garage, okay? That's an adjustable item that you can adjust for. You can either adjust up or adjust down. If your subject has 2 car garage and your comp has 1 car garage, you got to adjust up, okay? If your subject has 1 car and the comp has 2, you adjust down. You see? So you have to make the comp match your subject, not make your subject match the comp, okay? You have to look in the MLS to find out how many car garages your comps have. But your subject, you should visibly, with your eyes, see that garage when you go out there. You have to know that. Because if you come back and say no garage, quality control is going to tell you, yes, we have on our record a previous BPO that says the subject have a 2-car garage. The garages that are on the side of the house, they can fool you, okay? So make sure if you don't see a garage at the front and you don't see the driveway going up the front, then you just go to the side and find out how many car garage. Don't ever assume that a property or a house has a 2-car garage, because it could have 3, okay? Now, if you just see 2 doors, but in MLS or the tax record, it says 3, you have to use 3 because it could be a tandem garage attached to that 2-car. You see? All right, so that's enough on garages. All right, so we're going to question number 3, guys. For those of you who are visiting here today, if you have questions while we are live today, go ahead and you can ask your questions live. What has been your greatest challenge, Dr. Yola? What's your greatest challenge? Y'all know I'm real transparent, right? So I have to say, when I first started doing BPOs, I used to get a lot of quality control errors. A lot. You know, until the point where I would get so frustrated, I would just call the quality control person and say, hey, listen, you know, what is really going on over there? Y'all don't have phones that y'all can use, you know, because they want you to email them. And I would say, can y'all just pick up the phone and call me and tell me and ask me and explain what it is you want? I cannot read your mind. I can read this form, but I can't read your mind. So I used to get a lot of kickbacks from quality control guys. That's how I learned how to do Broker Price Opinions so good, because I had so many errors when I first started. It was crazy ridiculous, okay? And that's when I started learning about the scores and all of that. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to be out the game, so I'm going to learn how to do this stuff right, okay? Dr. Yola say, just getting started is my challenge. That should not be a challenge for you. So you know what to do. Just do it. You got to execute. I don't know what's stopping you from getting started. I don't know if it's applying for the companies, or you're applying for the companies, you're getting the work, and you're letting fear get in the way. I'm not sure. But whatever it is, the best way to get rid of the fear, if that is it, okay, is just to do one. Do 1 or 2. But I can promise you, anybody Anybody on this line and anybody that's in my Broker Price Opinion group, I'm just going to be honest with you. Your first BPO is going to be challenging. It's going to take you forever. And it's going to be like, this is not worth $45 or $35 or whatever you're doing. I'm new to real estate, and just take one, okay? Just take your first BPO, go ahead and get it out of the way. Because if you don't get that first one out of the way, you're going to always have that fear that I'm not going to be able to do it. The first one, you're not going to be able to do in 1 hour. You're probably not even going to be able to do it in 2 hours. It's probably going to take you 4 or 5 hours to finish the first BPO. Because I have students that they go through that, but some of them, if they go through the course first before they start doing the BPOs, then the course is going to set them up for success and show them how to navigate through the form and how to navigate through the MLS. That's the whole problem right there. People don't know how to navigate through the forms and they don't know how to navigate through the MLS. So they get stuck looking for stuff. I wonder how you do this. I wonder how you know why I know? Because it is a challenge being new in real estate and building your clientele. Who has time to wait 30 days to pay bills? That right there, that's something that you should be afraid of. If you're a new realtor, you should be more afraid of being broke than doing a BPO. Because guess what? If you learn how to do a BPO, you can put an extra $500 in your pocket just doing 1 or 2 days of BPOs. Still going out, and I showed houses today. I did closings all week, okay? But I still know how to make money with BPOs if I don't have another stream of income flowing, okay? So you should be more afraid of not making money than it is to learn how to do BPOs to make the extra $400 or $500. Okay? Does mastery include comp choice lessons? Yes, I want to say yes, because it sounds like to me you're asking me how to pick the comps on MLS, and that is actually called doing a CMA. So yes, there's a whole lesson on how to do the CMA and even a video on I walk you through all of that stuff. Okay? So yes, it is. 30 to 45 day wait. Oh my Lord. Listen, Dr. Yola, if you have a client today that put an offer on a house and it gets accepted, right? The offer gets accepted. Don't you know it's getting ready to be 28 to 30 days before you get paid? How about if you got a brand new model that's building from ground up? That's going to take 90 days. You mean to tell me you have to have some other type of job or work that you do to sustain you for 90 days while you're waiting on the buyer or the seller to close? You have to. But at the very minimum, unless you're doing a whole bunch of cash deals with some investors, you are going to be waiting 30 days on a closing. And pray that at the end of the 30 days, the 28, because I always have a loophole, 20 to 28 days, if my client is disapproved for any given reason, guess what? You don't get paid. You got to start over, find a new client, and sell another house. Or that one is just gone by the wayside. So you still don't get paid. What are you doing to produce income while you're waiting? That's the thing that should have you, more afraid than afraid to do a BPO. You see? Anyway. All right. Let's see if I can answer a couple questions. Does mastery include comp choice lessons? Yes. Dr. Yola said, my Lord, 30 to 45 days. Wait, that's what it's going to be. I promise you, that's exactly what it's going to be. Adjustment question. Where do you get the information to find the cost? For example, the cost for a bathroom, garage. Okay, those are like repair costs. Well, not necessarily even repair costs. So you're talking about adjustments. So you have your subject has a 2-bathroom, right? And your comp has 3 bathrooms. You have to adjust for that 1 bathroom. What is the cost? That depends on what the market value is for your house. If your house is just a standard tract home and it's only selling for like $200,000 in the market, then the difference in the bathrooms might be $2,000 to $3,000. But if you're looking at $1 million property, this one have 2 bathrooms and this one have 3, then your price for this bathroom difference might be $5,000 or $6,000. It depends on what your market is for the market value for your subject, okay? That's in BPO Mastery. Now, if you're not in BPO Mastery, you need to get in BPO Mastery so you can learn all that stuff. Raquel, what was your question? Closings are so uncertain. Yes, Miss Jamie Howell, that's correct. Closings are very uncertain. I can't even begin to tell you how many closings them fell through for me, including some $1 million properties, okay? So, whenever you do close, now the good thing is when you close, yes, you do need BPO Mastery, okay? But when you do close on a property, that's why it's so important, to maybe have you 2 or 3 properties going at the same time. Also, learning how to do rental properties, okay? I'm going to bring another stream of income. Lord Jesus, it takes so long to finish a course. But I'm going to bring another stream of income. Hopefully, I'm going to bring 2 streams of income on board. The first of the year, I know for sure one of them will be ready in the next few weeks. But the next one is probably going to be ready by March or April. But it's an awesome way it's concerning rental properties, okay? So, but for the new realtor, for those of you who want to be top producers, you have to learn how to market yourself in your area, like flood your area with marketing paraphernalia, if you will. Nowadays, people don't go knocking on doors to market. They marketing on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And if you don't know how to set up them ads, well, you're going to be lost when it comes to finding customers for your real estate business, okay? It's about that marketing budget. Yeah, that's true. But you need to be on Google. Google is a search area where people search for stuff. If I want to find a chocolate cake, I'm going to go to Google and see who making chocolate cakes in my area. That's how I found my Thanksgiving turkey. Hey y'all, who the fried turkey person is in this area? And that's how I found it. Google, okay? So you gotta really learn how to market on Google. Facebook and Instagram is good, but it depends on what you're marketing, okay? But Google searches is really where you wanna be. All right, back to BPOs, guys. This is not a marketing class today. That's another coaching session, Dr. Yola. I do coach people on that. But anyway, so listen, so you got to have more than one stream of income, especially when you're a new realtor. You got to learn how to make income more than one way, because if something is not working today, then the other thing I done been in every kind of field of work, and I've been an entrepreneur for 24 plus years. So I done been around a lot of blocks and corners. I just have never gotten a doctorate degree, Dr. Yola. So I have never done that, but I've done some stuff. Okay, so on the third question, before I go to the third question, guys, if you're visiting here on Facebook, go ahead and like the page. If you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Let me know that you are a new YouTube subscriber, because this is where on YouTube I do come and bring the goods on Broker Price Opinions about every couple of weeks. And I noticed something when I was running my ad on YouTube, guys. The information on Broker Price Opinions on YouTube is 2 and 3 years old. Like, nobody's even talking about Broker Price Opinions over there, but that's okay because I get to have the platform to myself, okay? All right. So if you're visiting us, guys, after the fact, go ahead and hashtag replay and drop a 1 in the comment area. If you're brand new to real estate, you are not in my Broker Price Opinion group. If you're in the Broker Price Opinion group, you already got the goods. Okay, but if you're brand new to real estate or brand new to BPOs and you haven't watched the BPO webinar, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment area and you'll get a link back to that webinar. Is free, okay? It's totally free. And I think if you stay all the way to the end, you get a free ebook or something like that. All right? All right, so what is external obsolescence? What is external obsolescence? If somebody want to answer that, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Y'all can put the answer in the comments area so that it can remain there for people to see. But that's when something in the area is totally unusable or brings no value to that area. Like railroad tracks, for example, is external obsolescence. Private airports or public airports can be external obsolescence because you get to hear all that loud noise every day, okay? And that is kind of like a value deterrent. Whatever is a value deterrent, external obsolescence. And then like if you have the trains that go through the neighborhood that stops and pick up the people, the passenger trains, like the blue line, the red line, the yellow line, all that Atlanta stuff, okay? Then that might not necessarily be external obsolescence because that could bring value to that neighborhood that there's a transportation system going through there, okay? But if it's just freight trains that are hauling stuff, or how about you may have a area where there's the 18-wheelers, the truck stops, that could be very bad for the area, okay? So anything that could bring the value down is going to be considered external obsolescence, okay? Especially like any old or something that's obsolete, that's no longer needed, that's interfering with bringing the value of the property up, okay? All right, so that's external obsolescence. Of course, you always want to cite when there is some kind of safety hazard, like gas lines could be external obsolescence. It depends on if you're digging in the area or whatever. Or how about you're in an area that doesn't have public water and every house have to have a well. That could be an external obsolescence, that they're taking so long to put water lines in there. We have that going on in my area now. Beaches and lakes could add value, but I'm saying to where, like if there's a hurricane or something and it takes away your property lines, okay? So beachfront sometimes can have an external obsolescence, even though it can also have value as well. But that idea of it depleting the land, that's a negative. You see the difference? Yeah. So that's the difference. It is beach property and lakes and all of that typically does add value to the land 99% of the time. But if something comes through there and erupts the land, now it's going to be external obsolescence, okay? But in order to fix that external obsolescence, guess what they can do? They can put the brick walls up around the sand dunes or whatever they put to stop the land from eroding and wearing off. Now it's no longer external obsolescence. You see? So you just have to know that when you are, evaluating their properties. Because a lot of times I get beachfront properties because I'm right near the beach, And I think a lot of the Florida agents out there get a lot of beachfront properties. Sometimes it can be, most of the time, 95 to 99% of the time, the beach property is giving you more value. But if there's some type of external obsolescence there, you could lose value on a beachfront property too. All right. Question number 4. Is there a way to get the BPO templates and the cheat sheets? Okay, that came from some people this week that were not even students. But yeah, there is a way that you could get the BPO templates and the cheat sheets. But it's a hidden course, okay, at BPO University. So now that I know that people want it, I'll have to talk to my webmaster and have her to unhide it, because it goes with a bundle for that mini mastery course, if I'm not mistaken. It comes automatically with BPO Mastery. You get it for free. Okay, but I think it's like about $14 or $15 for the templates and the cheat sheets all together. And I think it's offered, though, on the New Focus University, on the site where all the courses are, okay? All right, so I'll make sure that you guys can have access to those templates and the cheat sheets, too. All right, any more questions out there? Dr. Yola, you're going to have to go ahead and knock, how they say, kick fear in the face. I have a blog post out there about that. Kick fear in the face and go on and get your BPOs started. Do I have any new people out there that may have some questions? You're hesitant about some stuff that you're not sure about? And guys, when you all invite people to the Broker Price Opinion, the Power of BPOs, when you guys invite your friends and other realtor friends to that group, make sure you tell them they have to fill out the questions, because I don't let everybody in that group. I don't even let people in that group that has been doing BPOs for 10 years. If you've been doing BPOs for 10 years, you don't have no reason to be in the group. But people have alternative motives for wanting to get in these groups, because they want to get in the groups and then harass people behind the scenes about other stuff that don't have nothing to do with what the group is meant for. So for that reason, I only let licensed realtors in this group, because that's all we're talking to is licensed realtors. You can't even do BPOs if you're not a licensed realtor, So if I don't know that you are licensed, then I'm not gonna let you in the group. As a matter of fact, I have the group set up now to automatically disapprove you if you don't give a license number. So they're gonna get declined either way. All right, any more questions? Oh, Dr. Yola, what is the difference between a mini course? So the mini course is for the brand new realtor. So it's kind of like a prerequisite, if you will, to the mastery course. Because if you get the mastery course and you don't know why you're doing something, and it's because you missed that mini mastery because you've only been in real estate for like 2 months or 3 months, so you don't know the whole well-rounded arena of real estate. However, I do have several students that skipped mini mastery, right, and bought BPO mastery, because even though they're brand new to real estate, they've been doing real estate investing, okay? So from real estate investing, they know a lot of this stuff. But if you've been connected to working with a real estate broker for 3 or 4 months, then you might know, because you might have had some training, you see? But it is good for that person that just don't know, because Lord Jesus, sometimes these agents, they come through and it's nothing wrong with purchasing Mastery because you're going to need it anyway. But if you purchase Mastery and you start asking me a whole lot of stuff that I know you should know as a realtor, I'm going to tell you to go back and get mini Mastery and then come back and get your coaching session. Because I'm not going to coach you on general real estate. I'm going to coach you on Broker Price Opinions. Okay? And the good thing about it is it'll always be there for you. If you even need to go back next year and look at something and review it or whatever, it'll always be there. That's one thing I like about all of the courses that I buy and pay for. I probably think I done bought about $2,000 worth of courses in the last couple of months. But I like it because a lot of times when I don't have time to really dive into the course, I can just go back and log in and, restudy whatever I need to restudy. All right, you guys have an amazing week. Let's go get this money. Y'all know we need to go get this money. And let's go BPO. And I will see you guys on the next one.